Welcome to the Real Film Nerds Podcast.
Hey, so who wants to come and take a flight with me? That's right. This week we're chatting about a new film based in the air, starring Marky Mark and the Funky Bunch. I don't have it pulled up. I need to pull it up. Hold on. Before I start talking about that. Directed by Mel Gibson. Anyways, so this week is a special podcast. I have to be on my super extra behavior because not only joining me is the one, the only mysterious Michael Talent. You can say hi, Mike.
Hi, Mike.
There you go. We also have the incredible, the amazing, the magical, the Maniacal Megs.
Hey, everybody. I'm excited to be back.
It's been way too long. It's been like 2 years.
Far too long. Well, that is because it is difficult for both of us to get to a movie. So, with the small children, I mean.
It's one of those problems when you have the children's. Now, when they get old enough and you can take them to, R-rated movies, then this podcast will really take off.
It'll be great. Yeah.
And then my stoned mother is also here as well, right, Ma Hinshaw?
Yes, I'm here. Who am I? Oh, I'm Ma Hinshaw. Hello, everyone.
So, Mom, why don't you tell people why you're so stoned today?
Well, because I had about, 10 drops of painkiller in each eye because I got shots in both my eyes today. It's slowly wearing off, but it hasn't done it yet. So I'm happy.
In other words, this will be fun.
Yes. I'll be happy.
Talking about flying, man. It's always fun, right? You love flying.
Talking about flying is always fun, but Mom is like flying right now.
Mommy is flying real high.
She is.
Yeah,
She is.
I really am. Yep. Oh, yep.
She'll make it over those mountains, no problem.
Oh, yeah.
So this week we're chatting about the new Mel Gibson directed film, Flight Risk. Mike, why don't you do your thing and break it down for us?
All right. So Flight Risk, like you said, is directed by Mel Gibson. It was written by Jared Rosenberg. This movie is starring Mark Wahlberg, Michelle Dockery, Topher Grace, and it's about a pilot transports an air marshal accompanying a fugitive to trial. As they cross the Alaskan wilderness, tensions soar and trust is tested as not everyone on board is who they seem. Messed that up.
It's okay, Mike. You'll learn how to read. It's only been 42 years. You'll get it.
I will. I'll get it. I know it. The AI is going to teach me how to read.
You just have the AI read for you is what it is.
Oh, yeah, something like that. Whatever.
Speaking of that, which one is the best AI? There's so many of them now.
I don't know if that's an easy question to answer. I think it's very subjective on what you're doing. But there's lots of them that are strong in various things.
Okay. What about making pictures inappropriate?
So they're really trying to stop that because there's been a lot of problems with high schoolers and things. So
that's not good.
Yeah. So, but I'm sure you could still do it.
Oh yeah, yeah. Well, there's been a handful of them that, what was that? John Oliver on HBO Max has a show where he's done stuff with him dating a cabbage. It was pretty funny.
Nice.
And then he reenacted it in real life. That was even funnier.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Cool. Great.
Okay. All right. We will change the subject then, Mike.
That's weird, man. He dated a cabbage, huh?
No, the people just, it like became a big thing when the AI image maker came out and all of his fans were doing it. And so he's like, here, you don't need to do it with AI anymore. And he just did it in real life on his show. It was funny.
Oh, okay. All right. That makes sense now. All right. We can move on now, Matt, though.
Okay, we can move on now. Okay, so we're going to talk about a movie called Flight Risk. Um, I don't know. I guess I'll start it out. Well, actually, you know what? I
Yeah.
have a bigger question. How is it that you and Mags went and saw a movie together at the same week? Like, how did that happen? Like, did you put the kids in their cages and just went, or what?
Oh,
Leave out a
no.
bowl of water and a kitty litter pan, and they can fend for themselves.
Right. Right, exactly. Make sure the
Yeah.
deadbolt's locked from the outside and they can't get out and they're good.
Yeah, we did a big thing of mac and cheese. We just kind of threw it in the room and then we ran out.
Nice. Well, it wasn't a long movie. It was only an hour and 31 minutes, so I could see that. If it's a big enough pan, it'll take them a while.
Mhm. Or we went separately.
Oh, okay. Now it makes sense.
One of those options. You pick which one's more fun.
I'm going with the mac and cheese. That one's way more fun.
Yeah, yeah.
So, okay, since she hasn't been on the podcast in forever, Megs, what did you think of Flight Risk?
I liked it. I was pleasantly surprised. It was a little more lighthearted and less thriller than I thought it would be. But it didn't bother me at all. I really enjoyed this film. And I think a lot of people are going to enjoyment out of this one, especially with Mark Wahlberg bald. Come on.
Yeah, that's been a bit of a controversy surrounding this film, is how he clearly does not look like he's naturally bald in the film. I mean, they didn't even use the AI to clean it up. They just shaved it and it looks bad.
Yeah, I agree with you there, but it was a different look, which was enjoyable. It was funny.
Oh, yeah.
Literally everybody in the theater laughed when the hat came off.
Well, and to boot, he had a wig on underneath it, which is even funnier. Or a toupee.
Yeah.
Sorry, not a wig, a toupee.
Yes, that that too was enjoyable. So I like the movie, Matt. Does that answer your question?
Yeah, it's a good start. It's a good start. So let's go with ladies first again. Ma, what did you think of Flight Risk?
I really enjoyed it. I didn't know what to expect. And I was kind of picky because I was like, okay, I've flown a Cherokee and I thought that plane was too big for all the goings on that were going to go on. But then I found out it was one of the bigger Cherokees. It seats how many? I can't remember. It said 12 or something. So then I understood. But yes, I thought it was fun. Had funny parts, and then it has ew parts, which was very suspenseful. I liked the suspense. And how is this going to work out? I thought that was very good.
Okay, so Mom, it's not a Cherokee, it was a Cessna Caravan, and it's a 12 passenger. It's like a plane they use for skydiving.
Pardon me, folks. I'm all out of it. Yeah.
Well, you are stoned,
It
so
was
it's
a
fine.
Cessna.
We'll let it slide.
I know it was a Cessna I flew to, so pardon me, big boo-boo. Oh, well.
Okay, Mike?
Yeah, I liked it for the most part, but I will say for kind of a Mel Gibson movie, I was a little bit disappointed because it's like it was good, but like I was expecting it to be like more, just something more. But it
Not
was
enough
good.
face paint in this one, Mike?
Well, I mean, I don't know. He's had quite a bit of good movies. So like, was it Hacksaw Ridge and Braveheart, of course, and I think he directed. Did he direct Hamlet? He did Hamlet a long time ago. I think he directed that. Anyway, it doesn't matter. I was just expecting a little bit more. But the actors were good. The Mark Wahlberg's hair was like, yeah, they didn't really try. It seems like they didn't try to cover it up that great with the makeup. Like it just seemed like it was a bald cap on.
So do you think the budget played into the film, Mike?
I mean, there probably wasn't much of a budget. It just seemed like it was kind of three people in the cockpit, or in the little plane like cutout. I don't know. I wonder how they filmed some of the stuff. But it did look like it was Alaska or maybe parts of Canada. I don't know. It looked pretty.
Well, yeah, it was definitely a one room play, one act play, whatever you want to call it, kind of inspired. But Mike, they actually filmed a lot of it in Mesquite, Nevada.
Oh, Nevada, huh? Okay.
Yep, Mesquite, Nevada. So that is where I think a lot of military simulators are.
Oh, all right. Cool.
So, anyways, yeah. Overall, I thought this was a decent movie. I don't think it's Mel Gibson's best movie. He did hit number one at the box office over the weekend, but as I saw in an article, it is Mel Gibson's weakest opening for any film he's ever done. But he still got number one. So, but we're in a whole new world since COVID, so I don't think you can really hold it against him. But overall, I like Flight Risk. I thought it was decent. I don't think it was incredible. Um, the big thing for me when it comes to the one act or one room kind of play thing is you really, really, really have to have strong acting. I felt Mark Wahlberg and Topher Grace were on the money. I thought Michelle Dockery was okay, not great. She could have been a little bit better, maybe a little bit more believable. But overall, I think it's decent. I don't think it's going to win any awards. It's going to do anything crazy. But for a January film, I thought it was pretty decent.
Cool. Cool. Matt, what did you think about the flying things that happened in this? I don't know, they were at an elevation of about 3,000 feet. Is that all like correct with flying and all that stuff? Like, it was going to
Well,
ask you
in
technical
Alaska, you
questions.
can, yeah, in Alaska, you can kind of do whatever you want because it's Alaska. You most requirements you got to be at least 1,000 feet above, unless you're coming into land or taking off. You got to be at least 1,000 feet. So, the biggest actually takeaway, and my buddy that went with me to watch it actually pointed it out, and I didn't even catch it. The plane sound effect is a piston driven engine, and the airplane is a turboprop. So that was a big mess up right there. And like, how do you not get that right? I mean, really?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, that's interesting. I wonder why they didn't use the turboprop sound.
I don't know.
Maybe it doesn't sound good like when they put it in, like it was like too loud or just
No,
didn't
it's
have.
probably not loud enough, is what it is. It's probably
Oh,
a
okay.
little too quiet for a driven plane, and they're really probably trying to push that sound.
Yeah, well, they use the sound a lot with the having to have the headset on, and like it played into the movie a couple times actually. So,
And that
um,
is, I don't know how many smaller planes or helicopters or things you've been on, Mike, but that is a legit thing. You really can't hear anything when you're in a small airplane like that.
That is true. I can vouch for
Yeah, Mags, she's the
oh,
adrenaline junkie out of you too.
oh yeah,
it.
yeah. Maggie's jumped out of a few planes, even though they were perfectly good,
Perfectly good.
and she flew on one of our friends' parents' plane, right? Like,
Yep.
yeah.
Smaller
So,
plane to the Bahamas.
yeah,
Um,
yeah. I dropped her off at the
and yeah,
private
you need the
airport.
headset.
That was neat.
And
Yes.
and so you didn't invite Mike. It was a really good trip then.
It was a great trip. It really was.
Yeah.
And the little plane going 3,000 feet above the water out to the Bahamas was great. So the view is beautiful, whether it's the ocean or the mountains
That must be
in
a
those
lot of
little
fun
airplanes.
doing island hopping. I've always wanted to do that. I always thought that would be a lot of fun.
Yeah, I think that would be neat. Well, man, you just got to get your pilot's license.
Yeah, no, I'm good. I know enough, private pilots if I wanted to. That's funny. That's one thing that's funny. What I do with my hobby is the actual full scale pilots get bored because it's fun, but it's still you kind of almost set it and forget it thing. And so they come out and play with me at the RC field because we sit there and just have a lot of fun.
Oh yeah, I mean they did show on this. You engage autopilot and it kind of keeps your heading and keeps the plane level. So
So, anyways, all right. Well, Mike, we have a giveaway for once. It's been a little while since we've had one. We had a ton there. What in December? We had like week after week after week.
We sure did. Yeah, yeah. It was like it was Christmas or something.
Yeah, I know. It was pretty wild how much stuff was coming out. I think it was December, maybe it was a little November. I don't remember. But we got one right now, and it's for a movie none of us have seen. I think Mom might have seen it. But we have a new giveaway from our friends over at Paramount for Sonic the Hedgehog 3. Anybody see it?
Nope.
No, I haven't had a chance to see it. No, kids are too
Nope.
little for Sonic.
Mhm.
Well, and what's wild is we were just talking about it not long ago because it was dominating at the box office against the film that we went and saw that we thought should have been number one, but it blew it out of the water. I'm trying to remember what that was. It was a couple weeks ago.
Hmm.
I don't remember what it is, but
Boy, Matt, your memory is really good.
I'm just getting old, like everybody else.
I listened to
Or I blame it on the
wasn't
drugs.
Wicked, was it?
No, it was. I don't think it was Wicked. I think it was
It was something
was,
that didn't do well, but it was actually pretty entertaining. Oh, was it the Craven the Hunter?
no, God no. That movie was terrible.
Oh, I enjoyed it. I enjoyed Craven the Hunter.
Well, it doesn't matter. Everybody just needs to know that Matt and Mike both cannot remember movies that they saw a couple weeks ago. So
Yeah, they all
Well, there
start
you
blending
go.
together.
that's the takeaway, really.
Yeah, we don't have a movie podcast. It's fine.
No, we don't.
No.
Wasn't it so I think it was it came out the same week as the Bob Dylan, A Complete Unknown.
Oh, you know what, you
Oh.
guys? I've heard about this new thing. Maybe you've heard of it. It's
The
called
internet?
Google. Yeah, it's called Google. You could Google it.
I was working on it, but I can't type because I make a lot of noise because my
Oh.
keyboard is extremely clicky. Mike can because he has his
Yeah.
phone with him.
Yeah, I
Okay.
can. Yeah, but
Well-
I Go ahead.
Well, I was going to say I'm more interested in finding out about this giveaway for Sonic the Hedgehog 3.
Oh, okay. Or was it Gladiator 2? Oh, I think it might have been Gladiator 2.
jeez, he can't
We
remember.
can't rein these boys in.
You know what? This is a good lesson. Do not do drugs when you're growing up. It doesn't do any favors for you, right, Mom?
I'm going to kill you. I can't go there. Don't.
You were the one that grew up in the 60s. It was not me. I inherited this from you. That's what I'm saying,
No,
Ma.
you didn't. You just inherited the bad chin and horrible skin and what else?
The bad
that
chin, the
stuff.
horrible skin, the drugs that you passed down through,
No, I didn't. I was a very good person. I was going to school at that time. Cut it out, Matt.
uh-huh.
I needed to
In
pass.
the 60s. Whatever, flower child.
Mm-hmm. Well, I went to college from 61 through 60. Well, 4 years, 64. Graduated in 64. Yeah. Mm-hmm. I couldn't have. I wouldn't have made it. I'm not that smart. Oh, boy. Well, you inherited that too. Oh, well.
You're not doing yourself any favors here, Ma.
No, I know I'm not.
Anyways, okay, so let me get back to my other screen. So okay, we have the giveaway for Sonic the Hedgehog 3. I got to do the business, but I assigned Mike a task to give to you, Miss Mags, Maniacal Mags. What is
Yes.
the question or thing that our listeners have to do to be entered into our drawing for a copy of Sonic the Hedgehog 3?
Okay, they have to email you with the answer to a little hedgehog trivia question.
Okay.
Okay. And the trivia question is, what are a hedgehog's quills or spines made of?
All right. I have no clue. I'm going with the same stuff as fingernails.
Okay.
Ma, what are you going with?
Yes, I think I might agree with that one.
Okay.
Uh,
And I'm not going to ask Mike or Megs because they both know. So we'll just leave it at that.
right.
All right.
Mhm.
Okay. So you got to email mike@realfilmnerds.com to be entered into our drawing. And you got to tell us what the quills of a Sonic the Hedgehog are made out of. Yeah, not Sonic, but
A
you know
real
what I
life
mean.
hedgehog.
Just a
A
real,
real
life
hedgehog. Yeah.
Yeah.
The Sonic is pixels.
I've never even seen a hedgehog, except I've seen drawings because I have some children's books that have hedgehogs, and they're really cool.
They're super cute. They're like spiny little hamsters.
Oh, how
Sort of.
cute!
Yeah, they're adorable.
Aw,
Oh, here we go. I got one. So Max, what do they use the quills for? What's their intended use?
Defense.
That's what I figured. Just
They're
wanted to
pokey
get
little
it out there.
boogers. Yeah. Yep.
So, okay, all right. I better get to the business for our wonderful sponsors, Paramount Pictures, who gave us this giveaway. So here we go. The Blue Blur is back. Buy Sonic the Hedgehog 3 on digital and watch it at home now. Team Sonic reunites to face their most formidable foe yet, Shadow, a mysterious hedgehog with unprecedented powers. Critics agree that Sonic 3 is bigger, bolder, and better than ever. Get over 50 minutes of fun-filled featurettes, deleted scenes, and more when you buy Sonic the Hedgehog 3 at participating retailers. Sonic the Hedgehog 3 is rated PG, and again, it's from our friends over at Paramount Pictures. There we go. So, you know what to do. Email Mike. One day I will get a Mags email set up, but I don't know if we have that many emails.
Yeah. Yeah, that'd be fun.
I'm just gonna make you check it for me, Matt.
Yeah, true. Or I'll just have it forwarded to Mike's.
There you go.
Yeah. That sounds
And then I'll still have to check it.
Yeah. All sounds perfect. Anyway, Matt, I think it's time. I think it's time for spoilers. So I'm going to ask you, what are you drinking this fine evening, morning, afternoon?
Oh, well, thank you for asking, Mike. I'm drinking what we affectionately like to call in my Jeep Club as road sodas. It is a Truly's strawberry lime. I know it's not a beer. Disappointing.
All right.
I'm sorry.
That's okay. You're watching those carbs.
I'm trying, man. Still leveled off like this, but it's okay. It's all right. It was holidays, right?
Yeah, you made it to the holidays level? Perfect.
Okay, so I'll ask Mags just because I'm excited. Mags, what beverage are you partaking in?
Oh, well, because I am an absolute legend, I am imbibing in some high quality H2O tonight. Mhm.
Nice.
Yep. Got my nice big giant hospital mug that I'm drinking my water out of tonight. So,
At least it's
Yep.
not one of those Stanleys that has lead in it.
yeah, no, I don't understand the whole Stanley craze thing. I'm not that person.
There's a lot of people over here in the Arizonas that go on the radio. They all come in with their Stanleys, and it's all women. And
All
they're
right.
massive.
I will use my $300 hospital mug.
Wow.
$300? That's
Well,
no way.
It's the hospital. It's what they charge you for. They charge $20 for a Tylenol. So of course they're going to charge you $300 for a mug.
Oh yeah, that's true. But at least they'll
Yeah.
replace it.
For life?
I don't know.
I'd have to go have another baby. Not doing that.
Wait, hold on. Are you trying to tell us something, Mags?
No, I am absolutely not.
Oh, your face is priceless right now. I love it.
I shall enjoy my Winnie Palmer Hospital for Women and Babies hospital mug of high quality H2O.
I like that it has measuring levels on it, milliliters and
yeah, Ounces and
ounces.
milliliters. Yeah. Mhm.
That's fancy.
Yeah, I
That's
get to
where-
measure
that's-
my intake every day because I should drink out of this thing. So,
Yeah,
I'm a
the cup-
hydrated gal.
The cup was probably 12 cents, but that markings on the side at least
Mhm.
$299. Minimum.
Yeah, oh yeah. Yep. Why buy a Stanley? I have my expensive mug right here.
Way better. Way better. Mike, are you drinking Blanton's? 'Cause
No,
I figured that's what Mag was going to have.
no.
Oh, I should have.
Yeah, that helps make us over the cold, but no, the not drinking Blantons. It's just I found one more of those Flying Dog beers from up north, and it's the Blood Orange. That's what I'm drinking. Blood Orange IPA, of course.
Okay, Mom, are you continuing with your hot tea tonight?
No, I'm not. I have something very tasty because I went to Black Bear after my eye shots. So I have a huckleberry lemonade, and it's very yummy.
With vodka?
It's tasty.
No, I don't think they sell alcoholic beverages there. I
What
never
is
asked really.
what is a huckleberry lemonade? What makes it huckleberry?
It's the huckleberries and they're little purple
Oh.
berries, and I have no idea. I've never seen them except at Black Bear.
Mike, were you thinking it was Huckleberry Finn chopped up and thrown in, or what?
Well, I just no. That was real morbid. But no, I was just wondering. I didn't know if huckleberry was a berry, but I guess it really is a berry.
Mhm. It is a berry.
It's not just a young boy paddling down the Mississippi. I'm sorry, Mike.
Mhm.
Okay, all right. Too much Mark Twain for you, Matt. I didn't. But wait, Matt, you didn't read. Did somebody read that to you?
Of course, my mom. When I was a kid, she'd
okay.
sit there and read it while I was trying to go to sleep.
Oh,
Yes, I am a book person. I have a million children's books of all sorts. Yep.
okay.
You need any? Anyway.
We've got quite a few. Although the kids seem to be a little less interested than they used to be.
Yeah, I know the doggone computers and cell phones and tablets and all that stuff kind of, is taking over.
We lost our son to Legos.
Oh,
doesn't-
good for
He wants to
him.
play.
That's
He wants to play his
wonderful.
Legos and doesn't want to listen to it. Mom read him a book anymore.
Well, I'll forgive him this time.
Okay.
All right, Mom,
Legos are good.
do you want to ask Mike your
Oh.
favorite part of the podcast?
Yes.
Okay, go ahead.
Mike, what is the dad joke of the day?
I got dad jokes. I don't think they understand though. Gotta think I'm funny. Other people never laugh though. Dad jokes.
Oh, you're gonna like this. This one relates to the movie. Why didn't the plane and flight risk go to the Oscars?
I don't have a guess other than the acting.
No idea in the world. Didn't want to fly to Hollywood? I don't know.
What do you got, honey?
I don't know, because it ran out of gas and tanked.
Nice. I like that. That was good.
Yeah, that wasn't too bad. Because it was afraid of making a crash landing in the reviews.
Is Chat GPT writing this for you, Mike? That's the only thing I can come up with. You've given up and you're using AI for dad jokes now.
Perhaps.
Uh-oh. Send him another book, Matt.
I have already sent him two. I can send him more.
Usually, for those who don't know, for the last few years, Mike has gotten a dad jokes calendar for Christmas. It's been 2 years in a row, but he didn't get one this year. So the dad jokes this year are going to be a little rougher.
Terrible.
It's true.
So, all right, I guess I'll ask my question. This is probably a tough one. because I don't know how many people were even involved in this movie. Maybe a dozen. I don't know. The credits were pretty quick. But Mike, how does flight risk relate to the Marvel Cinematic Universe?
All right. This one was a little bit tough. Topher Grace was actually in the Spider-Mans that aren't really associated with the MCU, like the first set of Spider-Mans, like the Sony Spider-Mans.
Yeah, he
but
was the Venom that we don't want to acknowledge.
correct. So anyway, I did find somebody, but it was not too easy because there aren't very many people in this, and Marky Mark hasn't jumped to the MCU yet, sadly. But I mean, he was in Transformers, but no, he couldn't do MCU. But all right, so I found in the makeup department someone named Alan Apone, and they worked on Captain America: The Winter Soldier.
I hope he was not responsible for the bald head.
Right?
I agree. I
Yeah.
really agree.
Yeah, it was pretty bad, the bald head. I
it
don't know if
needed-
it was just the
needed some
sweat
work.
or
I don't know. Maybe it's just because everybody's looking at it because Mark Wahlberg is not bald and is generally known as being an attractive individual. And then you make him bald, and so everybody's just saying, look at that, focus on that, extremely focus on that. And any amount of, subpar makeup on their part is going to show.
So why do
Did
you think
anyone-
they chose to make a bald, Megs?
That's a great question. Maybe, I mean, we could get real deep and philosophical. He's got some kind of Napoleon complex picked on throughout life. Who knows? And that's why he turned into a psychopath. I don't know.
I think
Why do
they
you
chose
think
to-
that they played him bald?
I think the reason why they chose to make him bald is trying to make him even creepier than he already was. Because now that we're in spoilers, I can say this. I think Mark Wahlberg as a villain was creepy as all get out. I thought he was amazing.
I agree. I came home from the movie and I told Mike that there were a few scenes where the creepy look that he was giving was really, it was spot on. I was impressed with the creep level.
I agree. He was an excellent creepy ass villain and just on another level. Who knew?
Did anyone notice that I think they gave him fake teeth or something too?
I wasn't
Yeah.
sure about the teeth. I did see, yeah.
Yeah, he
Yeah, they
didn't
were
look like
real-
he had good teeth.
They were not his teeth. Oh, I cannot believe they were, because they were separate. They were small. They were, yeah. And that made him look even meaner, I
Mhm.
thought.
Well,
Mhm.
and Ma Hinshaw would know because she has never missed an episode of the Wahlburgers show that was on what, A&E or something, or TLC, one of those.
One of those. I can't remember which.
Yeah, she's a big fan of Ma Wahlberg.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Ah,
Anybody who could feed 10 children on the free cheese that they get. Oh yeah, she's talented. Mm-hmm.
man, there's 10 Wahlbergs? Holy
Yep.
moly.
So I'm not sure if it's 10, but there were quite a few children. She had quite a few kids. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
All right.
And-
Matt, I was going to bring up, now this is a long time ago, but when we were in high school, one of Marky Mark's first movies was called Fear, and it had Reese Witherspoon, and he was like a creepy dude, and I was like, oh, yeah, he's a pretty good creepy guy. I wonder if he was like remembering some of that stuff, and honestly, he had a little bit of a troubled past, so it might not have been too hard to invoke some of that from his past.
Yeah, they did have a very difficult childhood for sure. They talked about it a lot in that show. But yeah, no, I totally forgot about Fear. That was a very good movie, and he was more psychotic than creepy in that film, in my opinion. But
Yeah, that was a long time ago, dude. I think that was like 95 or something. It was a long time ago, dude.
well, yeah. Why do you want trying to get me to remember that when we can't remember a couple weeks ago? I mean, Jesus, Mike.
Well, you remembered it. Look,
I did. I remembered it's a movie.
yeah. Your short-term memory's gone. It's fine. Your long-term memory, once it's been stored in the backup, you're good.
Right? I learned that from Inside Out, too.
Nice. That's good call out. You didn't even want to watch that movie. Yeah, Fear came out in 96.
I think the original Inside Out was better, but we already had that discussion.
We did.
Okay, so Mike, go. Your turn to spoil it, or Max.
Oh, okay. I thought it was pretty good. The only thing I didn't really like about this movie was the end.
I was going to talk about the end too.
Was very yeah, we kind of already talked about this a little bit before the pod, but it was very abrupt, and I wanted just a little bit more, like a little bit more closure, or not closure, or just something. So, like, the back of the ambulance and the stuff, like, it just seemed too quick for me. So that was one of my complaints, and then I'll let Maggie had another thing.
Yeah, I was at the end of the movie as well, and you have this plane, it's coasting in on fumes. It's it's going to be a super dangerous situation, right? And you have this lineup of emergency vehicles waiting at the end of the runway, right in like the crash zone, and they're just, I guess, just assuming that she's got this and it's going to be no problem, and she's going to land this plane, not hit any of the ambulances and fire trucks and emergency rescue people who are waiting at the end of the runway. And then they do like this fast cutting action, with them all like peeling out and following right behind this crashing plane as the plane's falling apart, and having as the plane's falling apart and having tires fly into the emergency vehicles. I'm like, this is implausible. I have a feeling that emergency services folks who watch this movie are like, that's not how it goes.
No, why would they ever do that? They're risking the lives of themselves. Like, they're there to help people, not create more chaos,
Yeah. And then, of course, my favorite, which I didn't see coming.
Sure.
The demise was fun. I don't know if you guys want to speak to that or not.
Go for it. I'm okay with it.
All right. Marky Mark. I wasn't sure what was going to happen with Mark Wahlberg's character at the end. I figured he would expire somehow. I did not anticipate that he would get thrown from the plane and run over by a fire truck. Did not see that coming.
Yeah, that's probably why they had the lineup, is just to have that little gag in there. But
yeah,
still,
that had to have been the only reason.
At all. Yeah.
No, but it was enjoyable.
True.
Oh, speaking of realistic, Matt, what do you think about the plane flying through the snow?
Yeah, that probably wouldn't have been good. My buddy Jason said, it'd probably be okay as long as they tilted back and the snow fell off real quick. But the possibility of it jamming a control surface could have been really bad.
I thought there would be a lot of buildup, and that the windshield of the plane would be affected, but I guess maybe, it probably had a heater or something. But it's very cold, and there was nothing. You know what I mean? Clear window.
Well, that was also kind of right different. At the beginning, the bird strike. Like, typically, if you have a bird strike that's that hard, it'll break the window.
Mm-hmm.
So,
well, and I really got picky, and Matt helped me out with this one, because my dad had me try and land 2 or 3 times when I was flying with him. And he always said, you, I don't know, do something with the ailerons and you pull back on the stick to slow down the engine and all that so that it will, lose altitude and come in smoothly, which I didn't do right. I know that. And he ended up taking over and landing the plane. But my thing was, I don't know. She didn't, or the automatic thing didn't slow down. Well, they ran out of gas. Isn't that what Jason said?
Well, in the film, they supposedly ran out of fuel. Yes, when they were coming in for landing. Yeah. And then
Okay, so that's why they couldn't have.
yeah, and she had the flaps dropped, which would have increased the drag and increased the lift, which is right.
Right.
But the instant you ran out of fuel, you would want to actually take the flaps and bring them up because it's going to slow you down. And if you don't have any fuel, how do you speed back up? You don't. So you got to ride the glide.
Right. Well, anyway, that's all I questioned, but that's okay.
How many times did you fall asleep during it, Ma?
I didn't.
Wow.
That's a miracle, and I wasn't eating popcorn either.
Wow.
Darn.
Another thing I wanted to talk about was I was surprised at the levity of the script. Topher Grace's delivery is frequently kind of a little more upbeat and funny and whatever, and a lot of his lines were kind of quippy. But I just didn't expect that. When I saw the trailer for this film, I expected a little bit more thriller and drama and stuff, and it was a little lighter than I expected. Did any of you guys get that?
A little bit, especially with the air traffic controller Hassan, which I think is real interesting here on the cast list. It has an actor that played Hassan, and then it has a guy that voiced Hassan. So interesting.
That is interesting, because I wonder who. Do we know the voice actors? Who that is?
Maz Ali.
Do we know
Aazali?
I don't know if we know who he is, honey.
Okay.
I don't know who he is either.
I'm going to Google him. I was thinking I recognized the voice during the film, and then the guy came out, and I was like, oh, definitely not what I thought it was. So,
we're learning so much from Max today. How to Google.
Oh, yes. Google is your friend.
She's going to be on the podcast now from here on out.
We no longer have encyclopedias, Matt.
Dang it.
Yeah.
The ones
Can't go to the library. No card catalog.
The ones I had when I was a kid from 1974 are not up to date.
Your
I blame it on you, Mom.
Your nephew has the encyclopedias. I gave them to him. Encyclopedia Britannica. Yeah.
Yeah, they weren't even from my childhood. They were technically from my older sister's childhood.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Nope. Not Maz Ali is not the person I thought.
Oh.
I thought I recognized the voice, but I definitely did not.
Well, all right, Mike, what were you going to add? You were going to add something for a minute, and then you backed away and fell asleep, and now you're back.
Yeah, no, I'm back. So the 26 gallons, when I heard that sounded about right for like he tries not to scare her about running out of fuel, but he's pretty much like, he might run out of fuel. But that seemed about right for that kind of plane and stuff. I don't know. I was just going to ask you if that.
Well, and you wouldn't know like what trajectory the plane was on and where they were originally going, because it could have been going north and they were intending to go south. And so when the air traffic controller came on and got her over and on the way down the coastline, you don't know how far away she really was. Or, Marky Mark's character, Daryl, could have drained fuel out or just not filled it all the way up. I mean, lots of things.
Yeah. I think Daryl, because he kind of said he was going to take them out into the wilderness and do bad things. So I think he already kind of had an area he was going to do, because obviously he was some sort of pilot. So he knew how to fly a plane. So I think he was just going to go take him somewhere in the wilderness, just disappear him and, get his paycheck and continue on his merry way until there's another altercation or issue that needs taken care of.
So, okay, I got a question. I know my mom's answer, and I'm pretty sure I know Mike's answer, but I don't know Mag's answer. Mags, have you ever been to Alaska?
I have not, sadly. I'd love to go.
That's one of the ones that's on my bucket list. I have a friend here, older guy. He's been retired for a long time. He talks about this one road that's only open during certain seasons in Alaska, and you got to get a permit years in advance to go. He said it's one of the most incredible drives of his life. And it's not like
Ooh.
off-road or anything. You just do it with a normal like vehicle, but the animals and the landscapes and just the sheer beauty on this like 50-mile road or whatever is just insane. And so I want to
All right.
do that one of these days.
Let's get on that wait list.
Right?
Yeah. I know the road that from like I think from Seattle up through Canada to Alaska that we built. Like we built in like I don't know 3 months. It was insane. That's only open for a very little bit of time. They have I heard there's a motorcycle ride that you start in Key West, Florida, and you drive all the way up to Anchorage, Alaska.
All right, Mags, we're doing it.
Hey, that sounds like a good time.
We'll have to wait till the kids are 18.
Yeah. Well, it'll be a little while. It'll be a minute before we can do that, but that sounds like a great time.
That'd be a lot of fun. But yeah, I don't remember the name of it, but my buddy Al was telling me about it. He's an old retired guy that I fly RC airplanes with, and he's a big outdoor adventure guy, national parks guy. He's seen tons. And he said out of all of them, he's like, that's the one thing you cannot miss. And I'm like, well, I'm going to have to put that on my list then. So.
Yeah, I know our buddy Aaron, Mr. Helicopter Pilot. He's been to Alaska a few times and really loves it. So
yeah, he's done the cruise a few times if I remember right.
Yeah. I think most of the time it's been cruises, but there's been excursions, and I knew one of the guys I work with. He just recently went, and he went like golfing or something on a glacier. It was ridiculous, but anyway, he had a great time.
Well, guys, according to this film location, we don't even have to go to Alaska. We have to go to Nevada.
Yeah.
Was it?
Yeah.
Right.
That's where they did all the indoor shooting. I want to click on
indoor.
Yeah.
Fine. While you're thinking in kitchen, I would like to bring up that despite Matt's less than, I guess, slightly less than perfect assessment of the lead female actor's performance, I really enjoyed that they made the air marshal a female, a strong female. And I'm sure you could argue reasons, but I just enjoy seeing strong female characters in the lead roles in movies. It's not always a man taking care of business. So,
yeah.
Yay.
Yeah, and her direct boss was another woman who she accidentally got killed. But
Whoops.
Anyway.
Yeah. Oopsies.
Well, and do you know who voiced the boss that indirectly got killed?
Yes. I guessed that one in the theater.
Did you?
Yeah.
That was a pretty interesting one. She hasn't been in a film in a long time, but.
Well, she has a very distinctive voice, Leah Remini, for those who
she does
don't know. And after a few lines, I was like, who is that? And I don't know what it was she said, but yeah, it clicked. She did great.
No, I mean, I think Michelle Dockery did well. I mean, I don't know. It just seemed a little too the way she played the role. Now, I hear that I've never seen the show. My mom has, but she's a big deal in Downton Abbey, right, Mom?
Right.
Mm-hmm. And she's really good in that, right?
Mm-hmm.
So this is probably just her branching out a little bit into something more kind of thriller-ish, action-y. I
Is
I don't
she
know.
a British actor?
I think so. Yeah.
Oh, well, I had no idea, so that means she did a good job with the accent.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. But there's just was like a little something missing. It wasn't necessarily the gender or anything. It was just kind of how she did the role. I think having the dynamic of having a female and Mark Wahlberg going at it and she's still kicking his butt and not being intimidated by him was a major factor in the film. I think that was huge.
Yeah, I was impressed with like you said, the lack of intimidation. She just didn't give up. She didn't bust out into tears. She didn't, woe is me. She was just next, moving on. Like
You can say it, Megs. We swear on this podcast. She was a badass. It's okay.
she was a badass. Yeah, yeah.
My mom doesn't swear because she's a sweet old lady. But
My mom doesn't swear either.
no, my mom does. Believe me, she does. She's just being nice because you're here. She's usually yelling at me about something.
Oh, okay. Well, you know what? I would love to hear Matt's mom dropping F-bombs on him. That'd be pretty funny. Maddie
no.
Cakes.
I would owe my husband $25. That would never fly.
You don't have $25, so it's fine, Mom.
I know.
You have a swear jar?
$25. That's what Dave charged the kids when they said the F-bomb. Yep.
Oh,
Yep.
Matt, dude, you owe your dad like millions.
Pretty much.
Yes.
Pretty
Pretty much.
Yeah. I didn't have any money, so he just took it out of me physically. It was fine.
There you go. Oh, dear.
So,
Anyway.
anyways. All right. Well, Mike, do you want to talk about what we're going to review next week? And hopefully Max goes and sees it too, because this one looks like an interesting one.
Oh, I don't know if Max would want to see this one.
what is it?
It's called, was it Companion, right?
Companion. Yes.
Companion, yeah.
It's a dark comedy, psychological thriller, sci-fi thriller. A billionaire's death sets off a chain of events for Iris and her friends during a weekend trip to his lakeside estate.
I think I saw the trailer for that one.
Yeah, you probably did. They changed the trailer.
With the creepy eyes?
Yes.
Creepy eyes, yeah.
Yeah. I don't know. I'll have to think about that one. For everyone who is not aware, I am a self-proclaimed wuss. I decided somewhere around college age that I prefer like happy entertainment and I don't really want to be scared shitless. So when it comes to the scary movies, that's all you guys. You guys take care of that. The day that Maddie Cakes wants to do a rom-com on the Real Film Nerds.
Oh, I'm all about the rom-coms. What are you talking about?
I will faint if you do a rom-com.
He doesn't.
Lisa's been trying to get you to do one for I don't know how long.
Yeah, we don't. You don't do family movies and rom-coms on this podcast, Maddie Cakes. But the day you decide
family movies sometimes.
Very rarely, if it's the last thing available. Yeah.
Well, I've been told I'm not allowed to go to kids' movies. All right.
By whom?
The parents of the kids that are in the movie. Well, I walk in and it'll be a completely empty theater and there'll just be like one set of, families and I'll just go sit like right next to them.
Okay, so you're the creepy guy.
That's it.
Great.
I hate when that happens. I hate when they sit right next to you.
Perhaps don't do that. Keep your hands out your pockets.
Oh, I always do that.
Yeah.
I have a big bucket of popcorn.
Okay. Well, anyway, you guys, I will think about next week's movie. It's not likely though. I'll leave it at that.
Well, here's the fun one. I don't know if you guys over there on the East Coast have this, but Harkins here does a thing where they do all the best pictures. You can pay one and you get access to all 10 of them. It is $40 here, and you can go and watch all 10 Academy Awards within a 2 or 3 week period. And, Mike and I try and watch all the Best Picture Award nominees, and we have missed quite a few this year. So I think after Companion, that's probably what we're going to have to do is ramp that up.
All right, Matt, you get to watch that really long one and tell me if it's good or not.
Dude, I don't know if I'm gonna go see that one. I mean, I'm gonna have to go see it, but it's literally 4.5 hours long with an intermission.
Oh my gosh. No, I don't think I have 4.5 hours to spare.
Neither
What
do
movie
I.
is this?
It's something weird. It doesn't have a weird name like The Rager or something or
No, it's starts with a B. The Brutalist.
The Brutalist. Yeah, see?
Yeah.
It's a weird name.
It's
That's a
about
great start.
yeah, it's about um immigration and architecture in the 50s, and it's Adrian Brody is the main actor, and there's a lot of nudity. My sister and brother-in-law went and saw it, and I had to come down and watch Booger while they went and watched it, and they missed the showing by an hour, so they had to go to another one. They went to the 7 o'clock. They didn't get back to their house until 11:45 at night.
Man, and you had to watch the baby the whole time? What
Yeah.
did you do?
Coco Melon. She's obsessed with Coco Melon.
Oh man, that's brutal.
And then I gave her
Yep,
popsicles.
that's why it was The Brutalist.
It was brutal.
But yeah, you don't need to watch The Brutalist. You turned on Coco Melon for 4 hours.
Mm-hmm.
There you go.
It was a nightmare. And then she convinced me that she's allowed to have popsicles in as many as she wants. And I found out later that no, she's not.
Yeah, and then I'm sure she told you she doesn't have a bedtime either.
No,
even though
she
she's
went to
like
bed.
2.
Yeah. But she goes to bed really late, especially being a 2-year-old. She goes to bed at like 10 o'clock, which is really late to me.
Does she take a nap?
Yes.
During the day?
She takes a 3-hour nap every day.
Oh, well, that's
that's a long nap.
a long nap.
But anyway, so we're gonna try and play catch up to see all the best picture nominees, but I don't know if we'll get to all of them. But I'm gonna try. I know we have one that's available to us fairly easily, and that I believe is kind of a rom-com, but I don't think it has too much comedy. I think it's mostly romantic. But it's called Honora, and I heard it was just a very, very good film. But it is nominated for Best Picture.
Yeah. Are you gonna buy the multi-pass?
I think I might, just because if I bought each individual ticket of the 6 that I have not seen, that's $60. So it's still more than what it would cost if I just bought the multi-pack. But one I just can't bring myself to watch is Wicked.
Oh yeah, Wicked's on there. Forgot.
Don't worry about it.
Matt doesn't do happy singing movies.
I
Well,
have a hard time with musicals. I really do.
He
I
does.
usually turn them off.
Mhm.
Yeah, he tried to watch La La Land, honey, and he fell asleep.
I know. My mom was with me, and she and I put it on. I put it on for my mom, and I was sitting there watching it when she was visiting one time, and yeah, I fell asleep.
Yeah, we got to get you to watch The Greatest Showman. That's a good one, dude. I
I've
think
heard
you'd
it's
like
pretty
it.
good.
I feel like that if you were going to enjoy any musical, you would enjoy that one.
Well, and I
Well,
am a
good.
fan of West Side Story. I mean, we watched that in high school. That
Okay.
was a very good film.
Okay, that's a great one.
Yeah. I mean, I'm a Jet all the way.
Oh,
Did you walk down the halls in high school, like snapping your fingers?
Oh yeah, Mike and I together. Mm-hmm.
Uh-huh.
Oh
Yeah.
yeah.
With our little
It was just-
crew.
Yeah, it was
I
a
love
scene
it.
out of Grease also. Yeah.
Grease or teenage mutant teenagers. Something, one of the two.
Oof.
Toxic Avenger, maybe.
I don't know what I'm going to do, Matt, because I don't know if Dad's going to pay $40 to watch 6 movies. I don't know.
You don't have to. I'm not going to make you do that. And I don't know if Cinemark is doing it anyways.
Yes, they
Parkinson's.
are.
They
Are they?
do it, Matt. Same thing actually, $40, I think.
Mhm.
Oh,
I don't
okay.
know what the
Yep.
show times are like though.
Ooh. Yeah, that's something you'd have to check. Not that it will bother us, except anything after 8 o'clock at night is David's night time, so that doesn't work out.
Well, we literally do not have showings here past 7 o'clock.
Oh, okay.
We don't anymore. I know. I was racing to get back the other day. I got to town at 7 right when the movie started.
Dave would be happy with that.
I keep telling you guys, you should live up here. You'd love it. But anyways, all right.
Yeah.
So, well, we'll figure it out next week. We're definitely doing companion, but I think the most important part of the podcast is upon us. Mags, how many, I don't know, hedgehogs do you give Flight Risk? I was trying to think of what you would do because my mom does cookies. Mike and I do reels. I don't know what you would do, Mags.
I'm going to have to think of something there. For today, we'll do hedgehog.
Okay. All right.
I will give Flight Risk 3.5 hedgehogs.
3.5. All right. All right.
Yeah.
There we go. There we go. How about your lesser half, Mike?
So I'll give it 3 reels.
Okay.
It's a serviceable movie. It wasn't bad. You know, it was entertaining. For January, this is a pretty good movie. You know, not bad.
Yeah. Ma, what do you think? How'd Mel Gibson do?
I give it a 3. 3 cookies. Yes.
Wow.
It was good, but I wouldn't give it 3.5. Probably 3. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Well, we are 3 for 4 because I also give it 3 out of 5 reels. I think it was decent, especially for a January film. I enjoyed it. You know, definitely worth a watch if you want to hit the theaters and you've seen everything that's out for sure. So, okay. Well, anybody else got anything? Because if not, I think we're done. And Mike, you can do your thing. And Mike and Mags, you guys can go to bed. That would be amazing, right?
Woohoo!
Sounds good.
Yep.
Okay. Well, I don't have anything besides to make sure you enter in the contest, Mike at Real Film Nerds for Sonic 3. Just tell us what the quills. Yeah, the quills.
At least I remember what goes on in the podcast.
Yeah, what the quills are made of, and you will be entered in for the contest. All right. So thanks for listening, everybody. Make sure to follow us on the socials: Facebook, Instagram, X, Twitter, whatever you want to call it, and we'll catch you next week on the pod. Thanks for listening, everybody.
Thanks for letting me join you guys.
Bye.
Thank you for listening to The Real Film Nerds. Now, don't forget to follow us on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram at Real Film Nerds. Now, go out and catch a movie.